Greetings, technology enthusiasts. I am Chandrahas and I am delighted to be here with you representing CyberBrainer. Do you not believe that the technology sector is advancing at an unprecedented rate, making this an opportune moment to acquire the skills that will facilitate your progress? With CyberBrainer, we are empowering you to take control of your own future. At CyberBrainer, we do not merely impart your interests. We assert that information is power, yet it is the application of knowledge that distinguishes you. Our courses are meant to equip you with essential skills, whether you are pursuing data science, understanding artificial intelligence, or delving into cybersecurity. Let us commence the session and seize the future today. Thank you.
In Journey, we're discussing about the activities. Let me just create a new journey. In the multi-step journey, we had talked about the decision, split engagement, split and join right. In today's class, we'll be talking about the rest of the activities and then sales and service, cloud and customer updates. Let's start with Path Optimizer. Path Optimizer basically is used in Journey to optimize the path. And now let's say we have multiple paths that we can route the customers to right. Let's say there is a customer coming and either we can route them to path A or path B or path C. But we want to analyze or we want to check which path is basically best for the customer and is maximum optimized. Let's say we can create one path in which we will send the SMS first and then we will send the email. In another path, we will do the other way around. We will send the email first and SMS what we want. We want to increase our email open rate. Now, if you are sending the SMS first and then we are sending email, we want to know that I mean increasing our email open rate. Or if you will send the email first and then SMS, will that increase the email open rate? It is like your A/B testing only, but in A/B testing we only have two versions of the email range. We have two target audience A and B. And then based on that, we have to make the decision. But here we can have up to 10 different paths. Let's say our use case that you want to test. Let's say we have 3 to 4 different paths that you want to test. Or you can also use it for the A/B testing as well, where you have more variations. Let's say you have email in which you have multiple subject lines. And you are not able to decide which subject line that you should go ahead with. What you will do? You will, let's say, have email A over here with subject line A and the same email with different subject line and then same email with another subject line. Let's configure this and then we will understand. Let's say we have this path and then let's say this path. Let's large one. Let's say this path below. Let's configure the data Roby area at the exact location as well. Oh, let's do is data. Can see that data changes well. Thank you. Here, it has the step number 1, a winner evaluation, and then split and then fallback. Winner evaluation means that how do we want to evaluate the winner? Which path that we are? We are going to decide where it is winner. We have two different ways that we can evaluate the path. The first one is email engagement. Let's see if we have the email activity in our path. And based on the engagement, let's say whichever email will get the maximum open rate or the click read, you know that path will declare it as a winner. It will automatically in system will automatically select the winner based on the engagement matrix. And the another one is the manual selection, that we don't want system to automatically evaluate the winner, but we will check what is the open rate, click rate, the unsubscribe rate, and based on all these parameters, we will manually select the winner. Let's say either we can go ahead with email automatic or the manual one. Now, here we have good few options that for the automatic one, either we want to work with the click rate or open later, unsubscribe it, and for how long we want to monitor or how long we want this, you know a thing to be monitored for the evaluation. Let's say we want to go ahead for 1 day and we want to go for the open rate. Whichever the email get the more open rate in 24 hours, that will be declared as a winner. I mean that path will be declared as a winner. And what will happen? Let's say we have 1000 customers and we are testing it. Let's say 100 customers, and out of 100 customers, let's say 60 customers, opens the email after the email was sent. It means we have more chances. Let's say we have more chances when we send them the sums first that they will open the email right to 900. Remaining customers will be routing them to path B and not the path A. This is how we can use the path optimization. Now the next step. We have the split that let's say we have 1000 customers out of 1000. Like how many customers we want to use for this testing. We have path 1, path 2. We can add more paths as well. We can add up to 10 different paths. Let's say we want to distribute 50-50 only over here, and then we have the holdback. Holdback is out of 100% how many customers that you want to hold back, that these customers will not be routed to any of this path until the winner is selected. Once the winner is selected, then the holdback audience or holdback customers will be routed to the winning path. Let's say we want to keep it, let's say 90. We want to keep, or like they will wait for the winner as a holdback audience, and therefore the testing will be only using 10, and then we can click on summary and click on content. Any doubt? Next activity we have is a random split. Like we have studied the filtered extension, random date extensions, right? Filtered extension mean that we have to filter the contacts based on some criteria. Now random means that we have to select or we have to pick some of the contacts without any criteria. Here it is the same thing. The random is basically split the upcoming contacts without any criteria. Here we can have, I think, up to 20 different paths, and we can decide that how many customers we want to route to path 1 and path 2 random, which will be distributed, and there will be no doubt to these paths. It doesn't have any credit here. How can you give any use case for this? Like I didn't understand why we're using this random. Let's say if we have lots of customers and we don't want them to be routed to a single path because that will take more time, right? Just to distribute evenly across different paths. That it becomes lighter on the system. That's why we can do it. But apart from that, it doesn't have any significant use case. I think through filter also we can do it, but for the shorter data we'll be using that. Sorry? Normally in data exchange also we can use randomly. right? Right, you can choose the window. I mean, by giving the reference of the data extension, I was just trying to tell you that what exactly the meaning of friend. In random data extension, we basically select the context without any criteria. Similarly, here in the random split, the upcoming context or the context that will be, coming through this particular activity. They will be splitted like they will be routed to different parts without any criteria. They will be randomly distributed. Now we have big activities. We have over here 7 wait activities. Mostly we only use like 3 wait activities generally. Let's understand this one by one. The simple one is a wait by duration. Wait. By duration, it means that if you want the contact to wait for some time, for some duration in your journey, then we can do that. Let's say we want to send one email and after 1 hour we want to send SIMs. What we can do? Let's say we have email over here. And then this I can configure, let's say to 1 hour, and then I can use a SESMs. What will happen? The customer will come to this email activity and then email will be sent and then customer will come to wait activity. The customer will be waiting for 1 hour. Once this time is over, then the customer will reach the SIMS activity and then the SIMMs will be centered. If you want any of the contact to wait inside the journey for certain duration of time, then you can use the wait by duration. Next we have is wait until date. We cannot use two active or wait activities adjacent to each other. Let me place over here wait until date. Here, basically, we can hold the contact or the contact can wait until that date occurs. Here you can mention, let's say the contacts are coming to this journey, right? But we want to do what we want to do, like maybe on 3rd, 28th of February, when it is the last, day of the month. We want to send them the email, right? They are coming to the journey, but they will receive the email on a particular date only. Let's say we have some, big contest going on and they are coming to the journey. Let's say they are receiving this email that your entry has been confirmed and thank you for the participation in the contest, and what will happen? That you will receive one. Finally me, let's say I'll let who won the prize or something like that at the end of the contest, right? It has a particular date that when the contest will end. What we can do that the contacts, the customers are coming, the participants are coming to the journey. They are receiving, welcome email or maybe a confirmation email. After that, they all will wait until a particular date occurs and then they can receive another email. If you want the contacts to wait in the journey for a particular date, then we can use wait until date. Here we can choose our date, let's say 28th till, let's say 10 p.m. and we can select the time zone. These contacts will be right over here until this date occurs. Next we have is wait by attribute. Wait by attribute is interesting one. Here the contacts are going to wait based on the attribute value. Let's see here, all the contacts are going to wait for the same time, right, until the date occurs. Here also they are going to wait for 1 hour, but here each and every contact is going to wait based on their attribute value. Now let's say let's say the contacts are coming into this journey and based on their payment expiration date. What we want to do that, let's say somebody's payment expiration date, it could be, let's say maybe 27th of, right, for somebody it could be 25th of February, for somebody it could be 5th of March, right, it could vary. What we want to do that when the expiration, like 1 day prior to the expiration date, we want to send an email for, let's say for somebody it could be a 20th of Feb, then 1 day prior it is 21st of Feb, today is 20. That customer enters into the journey. It is going to wait until the 21st of Feb and then the email will be sent. Now let's say the same customer enters, let's say today itself, but the expiration date is let's say 25th of February. Now that person will wait until 24th of Feb and then the wait will over for that customer, and then this customer will move forward, right, based on the attribute value. It could vary. Let's see how we can configure this. Here we have to choose one field in the data extension that contains that value. Let's see if you are using the generator. Here we only have one field which is of day data type. Let's say I'm taking this job and click on summary, and then here I can choose. Let's say 1 day prior, we can say 1 day before, and we can click on and clear contact. I would say whatever is their job 1 day prior, like 1 day before the job, they will wait until that particular date and time, and then they will move forward in the journey. It is used in use cases where we have the different values for each and every customer, and we want to use that value for their wait period. Next we have is wait until chat response. Let's say if we have the WhatsApp configured, and what happens is, let's say there is some chatting going on, or maybe there's some conversation going on, and this customer is there in the conversation, and we are waiting for the customer to respond. Like when the response comes, we like this wait will over, and then the customer can move to the, maybe we can design a journey in such a way that, let's say we have, let's say the SIMS activity over here, right, and we have this WhatsApp conversation in which we are asking from the customer that if they want to receive the bill on, or receive the invoice on their through SIMS or not, right. They click yes, that I want to receive the invoice through SIMS. Once we get the response, maybe, and then what will happen? Let's see. If it is an invalid response, then we won't do anything. And if it is a valid response, then we can go ahead and send the SIMS to them. Next we have is wait until event. Event is basically in a transaction or any action that is taken by the user. Let's say we have a website. In our website, there could be many actions, right? There could be maybe a payment completion action, that if the user completes the payment, then what will happen? The same if they have initiated the payment, they will basically enter into this journey. Let's just understand the scenario that whenever they initiate the payment, they will enter into this journey, and once they complete the payment, it means that this wait will over. This event will occur, that the payment completion, and then we will send them the confirmation email that here your payment is completed as the event occurs. If the event did not occur, then no event, and they will not receive any payment confirmation about the event's visit. This includes the API. In the upcoming class, we will talk about the API and then we'll see this API, see this event thing as well. Wait until in app event. Also, we have the in-app messages that we have seen, right? Whenever we open the mobile application, and if we have an in-app message, let's say we are maybe clicking on that in-app message or something like that, right? If somebody makes an engagement with that in-app message, it is going to wait until that period, and that if the event occurs, then we are going to maybe send them out. Let's say we are opening this bank application right now. Let's say B, we open this Buy Bank application on mobile phone and there we see this loan offer, personal loan offer. Now we click on this. Let's say I'm interested, right? And what will happen? And because this event occurred when that we are interested, we will, immediately receive an email or the SEMS that here are the details that you can go through for like to apply the home loan or something like that right now. If the event did not occur, then it will not send any SEMS or email. Wait until push event. This is the same thing that if you are sending the push notification of the customers and if they make any interaction or with the push notification, is clicking on the push notification, and if the event occurs, then we can send them some communication. Yes, can you give an example on that response? Chat responses, this is particularly for the WhatsApp communication. Let's say if you must have seen a red bus ride in red bus. What happens? Let's say we have booked the ticket and we start receiving the notifications on our WhatsApp number, right? That your other bus ticket has been booked and your bus is on the way and maybe the departure time, and all these things starts coming right now. Let's say you're having a conversation that I am late. I'll be late by, let's say, 5 minutes or something to catch my bus. Now what will happen? Maybe let's say they are waiting for, it's artificial intelligence, right? A board. Only there's no person, sitting over there. Let's say we are using the WhatsApp activity over here, and based on that response, maybe we are sending something that you can contact the driver or something like that. Now, if you say that, yes, I want to communicate with my driver, they can send the number. All these things can also be done in the WhatsApp communication. Only now, once the trip is over, and then they say that, would you like to give us the feedback about your trip or something like that. Right now, if I click on yes, that I want to, give a feedback, maybe they can send us the sums or the email that, in which they would be a link that you can go over there and fill the survey and something like that, right? Based on your response, maybe we can send another communication, maybe another WhatsApp SIMS email. Based on your response, we can do something. Next, we have the customer updates activities, in which we're going to talk about the update contact, the contacts that are coming to journey. Right, we have this jet extension over here, and here we have 4 records. It means for contacts. These contacts will come to the journey, and what we can do? We can basically update these contacts into the same data extension or the another. Let me show you how distant. Let me also open the duplicate tab. Let's say. Here we have to select the date extension and which we want to update the contact. This is the date extension and click on summary. Let's say we have this data extension and here we have the records, and what we want to do, that we want to send the email to these customers. Now there could be a possibility that they reach the email message activity, but for some reason, maybe let's say the email address is not correct, or maybe for some reason they do not receive the email right, or maybe for some reason they are stuck at the email activity and they are not able to move forward. Let's say, let me choose anything over here. Let's say we have this email message activity over here. What will happen? And the customer will receive the email, and which is, some of the customers get stuck on this activity itself and they are not able to move forward. And now what we want to do, that we want to update the contact, whether they have received the email or not. Right? This will help us in maybe auditing purpose, in the report generation, and in analyzing the emails and rate as well, that how many customers actually received the email and things like that. What we can do, let's say we have the status field over here. Let's imagine if we have a status field over here, and what we can do, we can come over here and we can select that we want to update the status field. Right now we don't have, but let's take any field. Let's say this field. Let's say if it is a status field, and we can say email send, and we can click on some week and click on turn. What will happen? If the customer is able to reach this activity, it means the email has been sent properly to this customer, and it will update the value to email sent for this particular, like against this customer. Now for somebody who could not move to the next activity, it means the email could not be sent and this value will not be updated. Let's say if we have a status field over here, that value will not be updated to email sent and that will be blank. Now we can use either the filter activity or maybe scroll query to filter out all those records where email is called to sent. Now for those records where it is null or blank, maybe we can see that. What is the reason, like why this person, did not receive the email? Things like that. This activity particularly we can use to update the upcoming context, the quantity coming into the journey. We can update their status back in the rate extension, that we can use it for the maybe troubleshoot purpose or for the analytics purpose. And I doubt on this. No. Now we will be moving on to the next section, that is sales and service cloud activities. These activities particularly are used to interact with the Salesforce objects. Let's understand. In Salesforce, we have many standard objects, right? We have account, contact, lead, opportunity. All these are the standard objects. Standard objects are those which are created by Salesforce and we did not create them. Now there are some custom objects as well, which means that the objects are created by the user. All these standard activities like account, contact, lead, case, tasks, these are used to create the standard. I mean, these are used to interact with the standard object. Let's say what we want to do, that we have the smart capture form, and using the smart capture form, we are basically capturing the customer's query. We are sending the email communication to them, right? And what we also want to do, that if they have any problem in email communication, or maybe if they have any problem they concern, we have basically this smart capture form, and we are taking their feedback and storing it in a marketing cloud data extension. Right now, what we want to do, we basically want to create a case for each and every complaint in the Service Cloud, that the agents or maybe the Service Cloud team can take it up, and then they will be, following up with the customers, that what is the issue that you are following or like facing, and things like that. In that case, what we can, case is basically standard object in Salesforce. We have to drag and drop this one, and we can click on Grace Date New and find an update. Either we can create a new case. Case is basically object, and what we will be doing will be creating a record in that object. Either we can create a new record, or we can basically find an existing record and we can update the record as well. Let's see. If you want to create a new record, we'll click on Create New and click on Next button. Now here, sorry. Here, these are the fields. Nothing is required, like nothing is mandatory. Subject field is recommended that we should populate the value of the subject field. Apart from that, all these fields are optional. Let's say the subject would be, let's say feedback, let's say customer concern or something. Either we can type it over here, let's say customer concern. Either we can type over here. If you want to extract the value from our date extension, we can choose the field from the date extension which contains the value of the subject line. Let's say any value, for now electricity. We'll choose city and click on Save button. In our date extension, like for each and every record, there will be a value of city, right, that will be used to as a value of subject. And then the other fields. Let's say the case reason. This is a pick list. Here we can write a performance breakdown, feedback. It is, let's say, feedback and click on Save. The other fields that we can choose, that where we want to populate the value, and we can click on Next button, and then we have the summary. In summary, we see what are the mapped fields. Object, configure activity, and we can click on Turn button. What will happen when the customers from the state extension will reach this activity? For each and every customer, for each and every record. Basically, the case will be created in the Service Cloud, right? Similarly, we have other activities, like we have account contact opportunity task. We can do the same thing for any other activity as well. Let's say if you want to create a report in the account object, we'll drag and drop this one. And then we have two different actions. Either we can create a new record if we want to update the report. That's something we can do as well. For the update, let we have a very popular use case, that is a contact one. Generally, what happens is that these are the customers. Let's say we have their database stored in Salesforce, let's say a Sales Cloud. Now, these customers we are going to pull into Marketing Cloud journey, and then we are going to send them via email. Now we have to confirm back to Salesforce that to this customer we have sent the email. For that, what we can do, let's say we are using this Salesforce data entry event. This way, we can directly pull the customers from the Salesforce, and then we can send the email. And then here we will choose this contact activity to update the contact. Here we will be choosing that we have to find the contact first, right? Simply update means it will basically update. It will find the contact using the contact key that we have if we'll go with the final update. Here we have to give that. How do we want to find the contact? That means update, right? How will you find out? We will be finding out with the help of the contact key. Right here we can choose the contacted. Contacted is a field in our Salesforce system. Now the value that will be matching with this one, it would be your, let's say, customer aid. Now what will happen? Whatever the customer aid of this contact of this customer, we will go to Salesforce and we will check in this table in this object, contact object, is there any record with this customer ready? If the record is found, we have the multiple option over here. In case of the record is found, what will happen? It will simply update the record. But in case there are multiple matching records are found, what we need to do? Do we need to create a record? We do like we don't want to create a new record, right? Maybe we will not update anything if multiple matching codes are found, and if no records are found, then also do not update. Now click the next button. Now which field that we want to update? Let's see, let's say any field. Because we will not get any meaningful field over here. Let's say this one cleaning status. Let's say we are. Let's say any of the field. Maybe let's say content description, and here we can write. Let's say email sent, and we can click on saved. It will happen that it will basically the upcoming contacts from the journey. It will basically find the record first with the help of the contact key and the customer aid, and then once the record is found, then it will update the contact description as email sent, and we can click on next. And then we have summary, and we can click on turn button. This customer will come to this activity, that email activity. The email will be sent, and then the customer will reach this activity, that is update contact activity. And here it will basically go to the Salesforce contact object. We'll find that customer and then we'll update the contact over there. Right, apart from that, we have one more activity, that is object activity. Now we have seen that for the standard objects, we have the various activities, account, case contacts, and forth right. But for the custom object, let's say if you want to update a record in the custom object, then we can use the object activity. Let's say whatever the objects that we have in our Salesforce, it will show everything over here. Let's say we want to update. Let's say idea. This is one of the object that we can update. We'll click on idea. Now again the same thing. It has got one more additional step, that to select the object, because here we can select any object out of available objects. Apart from that, everything will remain same, that either we can create a new record, we can find an update, click on next, and then here we have to grab the fields. Let's see, here we can mention anything. Click on next and click on summary written. This activity can be used to update any custom object recording Salesforce. It is used to create a new record in the lead. Object task will be used to create a new record, and task object opportunity to create a new opportunity for convert ladies to when we want to convert the lead. When the lead will be converted, it will turn into contact and opportunity. We have talked about the empty source and the activities. Now we'll be talking about the different configuration option that we can see over here. First one is the undo redo. Here you can undo the actions that you have made to the journey, or you can also redo the actions. Next we have is version. In version we'll be talking about in detail in the next class. And then we have the toggle sidebar. We can toggle it, we can hide and show the sidebar, and then we have the copy activity. Copy activity is very useful when we want to have the same activity multiple times from different places. Let's say we have this update contact activity. Right now, I want to have the same activity at multiple times. What I will do? Either I can drag and drop the blank activity over here, right? And I'll have to configure this. All these things again, right? But if I'll use this copy activity option and I'll choose what activity I want to copy, and I'll click on copy selection, it will be copied to my clipboard. Now if I'll just drag and drop over here, some activity does not support person. This will not support. We will try for this one, maybe this one. Let's say this is also not supported. I think only email activity can be used for the copy thing. Let's configure this email activity once. Let's say we configure this one, and then let's copy this email activity now. If I'll drag and drop it over here, what will happen? I'll be able to copy this entire activity with all the configuration that I don't have to reconfigure this, right? Let's say I am sending this email message to customers at different time. Maybe let's say after 1 day. Also, we are sending the same email, or maybe to the different type of customers. I'm sending the same email, or maybe let's say with a very less. Configuration changes. Instead of me configuring this, activity again and again, what I can do? I can basically copy this configured activity and use it and paste it over here. Then we have goal exit criteria and journey settings. I think we are already on time. These things will take more time. Maybe in the upcoming class. Let's see next class. We'll talk about all these options, journey settings, and then we'll move on to our next topic, Corona effect. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel.